You ever notice how specific numbers carry emotional weight? 10,000 feels impressive. 100,000 feels life-changing. 1,000,000 feels like freedom. But 1,000, it doesn't sound glamorous. It doesn't make headlines. It's not the kind of number people brag about. And yet, if you've ever had exactly zero in savings, you know how powerful that first $1,000 feels. Because $1,000 isn't about wealth, it's about breathing room. It's the difference between a car repair being stressful and being catastrophic. It's the difference between an unexpected bill ruining your month or just being inconvenient. It's the difference between living on the edge and stepping a few inches back from it. So this is the $1,000 savings blueprint. Not a hype challenge, not an extreme no-spend lifestyle, just a structured step-by-step path to building your first real financial cushion, without doubling your income or flipping your life upside down. And here's the truth most people won't say out loud. The reason you don't have $1,000 saved yet probably isn't laziness. It's probably structure. Because if your system automatically consumes everything you earn, then trying harder won't fix it. Structure will. Step 1 in this blueprint isn't saving, it's awareness. Before you move a single dollar, you need to see the flow of your money clearly. For the next 7 days, you track everything. Every transaction, every subscription, every coffee, every automatic withdrawal. Not to judge yourself, not to feel guilty, just to observe. Most people operate on assumptions. I don't spend that much eating out. My subscriptions aren't that bad. I'm generally responsible. But clarity beats assumptions every time. When you see your spending in one place, patterns emerge. Emotional spending, convenience spending, small leaks that don't feel dangerous individually but quietly add up. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's powerful. Step 2 is targeted compression. Notice I didn't say eliminate everything fun. You choose one category, just one, that has real flexibility. Maybe it's dining out. Maybe it's impulse online purchases. Maybe it's premium add-ons you barely use. And for the next 30 days, you shrink it. Not forever, just intentionally. If you normally spend $350 eating out, can it become $200 for 1 month? That's $150 redirected towards stability. Not deprivation, reallocation. This works because it's focused. When people try to cut everything at once, they burn out. When you target one meaningful category, you build momentum without feeling suffocated. Step 3 is immediate separation. The moment your paycheck lands, a portion moves to savings. Not at the end of the month. Not if there's extra. Not when you feel disciplined. Immediately. If your timeline to $1,000 is 4 months, that's $250 per month. If that feels tight, extend it. 5 months. 6 months. The timeline is flexible. The automation is not. Because if saving depends on motivation, it will fail. Motivation fades. Systems don't. Now here's where psychology enters the picture. The first time you skip a purchase and transfer that money instead, your brain resists. It says, this isn't fun. It says, you deserve that. It says, what difference does $40 really make? And technically, one $40 decision doesn't change your life. But identity shifts don't happen through one decision. They happen through repeated decisions. Every time you redirect spending into savings, you're casting a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. Someone stable, someone prepared, someone who doesn't live at zero. Step 4 is friction. Right now, your spending is probably frictionless. One-click checkout, saved card details, auto-renew subscriptions, tap-to-pay convenience. Convenience is amazing, but it's expensive. So during this blueprint phase, you add small pauses. You remove saved card information from online stores. You implement a 48-hour rule for non-essential purchases. You check your account balance before spending. You're not restricting yourself. You're interrupting autopilot. Impulse thrives on speed. Stability thrives on pause. And when you slow down spending, something interesting happens. You realize how many purchases were about mood, not need. That awareness alone can fund a large portion of your $1,000. Step 5 is micro wins. Every $100 saved matters. Not because $100 is life-changing, but because visible progress builds belief. When you see your savings grow from $0 to $200, something shifts. It becomes real. At $500, it feels protective. At $800, you start thinking differently. You stop feeling fragile, and fragility is exhausting. Now let's address something honestly. If you review everything and still feel like there's no room to save, that's information, not failure. It may mean your fixed costs are too heavy relative to income. Maybe rent consumes too much. Maybe debt payments are the real pressure point. In that case, the blueprint expands temporarily. You sell unused items, you take on a short-term income boost, you negotiate bills. But notice the order. You optimize spending first, because earning more without structure simply feeds the same cycle. The blueprint isn't about grinding harder, it's about redirecting smarter. Here's the turning point. Somewhere around $600 or $700 saved, you begin thinking differently about money. You hesitate before draining your account for something unnecessary. You feel calmer when small surprises appear. You start to protect your savings instead of dipping into it casually. That's the identity shift. You're no longer someone trying to save. You're someone who has savings. That internal shift matters more than the math. And when you finally cross $1,000, the number itself isn't what feels powerful. It's the distance from zero. Zero feels exposed. Zero feels reactive. Zero feels fragile. 1,000 feels grounded. And grounded people make better decisions. They negotiate differently. They choose differently. They plan differently. The blueprint works because it's not extreme. It doesn't require you to cancel your life. It doesn't require you to double your income. It doesn't require financial perfection. It requires clarity, targeted reduction, automation, friction, consistency. That's it. You don't need to solve retirement right now. You don't need to optimize investments. You don't need to master complex strategies. You need your first layer of protection, because once you're no longer living at zero, everything feels different. You're not panicking between paychecks. You're not afraid of minor setbacks. You're not making decisions from scarcity. You're building from stability, and stability compounds. The first $1,000 leads to $2,000. That leads to 1 month of expenses. That leads to options. But none of that starts until you prove to yourself that you can interrupt the cycle. And that's what this blueprint really is. Proof. Proof that you can redirect your cash flow. Proof that you can delay impulse. Proof that you can build margin, not dramatically, not overnight, but deliberately. If you've been feeling behind, anxious, or quietly embarrassed about your savings, understand this. You are not incapable. You've just been operating without a structure designed to protect you. Build the structure. Follow the steps. Stay patient. And when you look at your account and see 4 digits sitting there untouched, you won't just feel richer, you'll feel steadier. And steadiness is the foundation of every financial breakthrough that comes after.